Shai Bahasham Rakaha Kudash. Double honors unto the apostles, double honors unto the elder bishops. Salutations to all my fellow laborers doing this work in truth and sincerity, risking their lives and their freedom to do so, now more so than ever. The 144,000 and the scattered elect that are scattered around the four corners of the earth among the heathen nations that look like those heathen nations, the Israelite foreigners. This is not a black thing. And to the few Akwaf that are listening and learning, to you I say Shalom. This is your brother Malcolm from the branch of the Great Millstone here in Chicago, coming at you with another lesson in truth. It's going to be a short lesson, but it's just on the deceit and the lies. This is 2 Corinthians 2:11. Lest Satan should get advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of Satan's devices. And his biggest device to date at this current time, present evil time, is the MSM, the mainstream media, information. And what Esau Edom does is exactly what he projects upon everyone else. He floods the airways with false, fake information or completely choreographed information, and then uses that choreographed information to adjust society or society's rules or control the people. This story is so weak. It sounds like a plot to a very bad B-rate movie. And one thing that I've never heard of is a Democratic militia. All right. Most of the militias that I've ever heard of here in the States, and when you look up the different militias in the Michigan militia, they're all Republicans. So all of a sudden you got a Democratic militia that's trying to do hits on a Republican president. It's the most unheard of things. Most Democrats are against firearms and weapons and come against the Second Amendment and things of that nature. Facts. Now all of a sudden you got, it just doesn't make sense. I've never heard of this. All right. I'm willing to bet that this guy who reports on the information right here, I'm willing to bet that this Patrick Humphrey, guys, is more than likely a Republican. Most guys that sit up with a flag behind them and wearing fatigues and speaking against, the things that have been going on, speaking about the things that all these wrongs that are being done with children and, all this weird shit that's going on in America. That's typically the Republican side of the house, the Republican side of America, which is supported by the militias probably about 95% of the time. Just saying. So I'm going to play, about 5 minutes of this video and then just finish with some scriptures, because this story just sounds so alphabet made up and pushed to push a narrative so that they have an excuse, to come with their own solution, which is to shut down the internet. Because the truth of the matter is that the true threat to Edomite supremacy, to Edomite hegemony, is the men of the Lord. Not Putin, not Jung Kangil, whatever his name is. Not the bricks, but the true men of the Lord, telling you the truth, speaking, and with prophecy. The Spirit of the Lord is the spirit of prophecy. And with this, matter of fact, let me just read it. I could probably regurgitate it, say it by heart, but I just want to read it. It's Revelation 19:10. And it reads, "And I fell at his feet to worship him. And he said unto me, See thou do it not. I am thy fellow servant and of thy brethren that have the testimony of Yahushai. Worship God, for the testimony of Yahushai is the spirit of prophecy, and the spirit of prophecy is the spirit of truth. And we live in a world which is controlled by a nation of people whose whole existence and power structure is based upon fraud and lies. They even lie about who they are. All right. While perpetrating to be the people of the Lord, they're the complete opposite. right? Remember, they do what they project on other people what they're actually doing. And it looks like, and this shooter, oh, I'm looking at him on the, on the the thumbnails of different videos, and yeah, this is. Anyway, without any further ado.
Here today, Sunday, September 15th, we are now getting new reports on the alleged shooter, Ryan Ruth. We are getting information about who he really is and his background.
And why is it that every Edomite to go out and shoot and do some shit, his last name is Ruth? Dylan Ruth, Ryan Ruth, what the hell?
Is shocking. He is a known militant. He has military training and he has gone overseas for military training, and he is allegedly a part of international paramilitary groups from his own words. We're also seeing reports that he had charges of, quote, weapons of mass destruction previously as well too. So a lot of details here are being revealed. We're going to get into all of them here really quick, guys. Please just hit that like and hit that subscribe. I'm posting multiple videos a day, keeping you guys updated on all this big urgent news, and it just helps to get these warnings out. I appreciate that. So these new details have just emerged, and actually a interview with the alleged assassin Ryan Wesley Ruth, 58-year-old suspect who has been apprehended. He actually did this interview with Newsweek in Romania. Okay, this guy has an extensive history as well. He has a long criminal history, and one of his charges include a, quote, possession of weapon of mass destruction. This was in 2002. He was charged with a Class F felony in this situation. All right, so he has a long criminal history as well, and he is.
So why is it that a guy, and here's my question, why is it that a guy who has a Class F felony, weapons of mass destruction, allowed a passport? If a man owes child support, he can't travel, and he can have a credit and no he can have no criminal record or history at all. He can't travel. But a man that has been found with weapons of mass motherfucking destruction, excuse my French, but not really, this man can get a passport to travel back and forth to nations and places that, that are maybe in conflict with America or have. Come on, man. Obadiah 1:6. How are the things of Esau searched out? How are his hidden things sought up? I sound like Boosie now. Come on, man. Come on, man. This is some bull. All right. The story is so weak, but let's let Patrick continue.
Also reportedly a part of paramilitary groups overseas. Listen to what this guy is saying. He is saying that he is a recruiter for operations that are going on inside of Ukraine.
So you are working with the International Legion?
Yes.
And you are trying to convince people to help, to donate, and to join?
Yeah.
My final question is, what would you say to the people in order to convince them to join the International Legion, or to donate for it, or to be involved in the humanitarian aid to Ukraine?
Right. It's just extremely important, the whole thing. As far as joining the military,
he looks like he sounds. But go like a straight up hillbilly. All right.
Yes, if you have some military experience or know people with military experience, encouraging them to come and fight. We have units all over the place. So, there were some leadership issues initially, but we've got so many units available to us: Georgian, Crimean, Ukrainian, Territorial Defense, Foreign Legion. We have, so many paramilitary groups. I put a 74-year-old Japanese guy in a unit. So,
So, like I said, a felon charged with the charge like he had with a weapon of mass destruction, It's just traveling to all these countries and these different places, and where he can even go and hook up with a 74-year-old Japanese guy. Like I said, this sounds like a very bad script to a very low-rate B-rate movie that didn't even make it to cable. It got put on YouTube.
We have girls in units, so we have two girls that are in the unit up the street. So any gender, any age, any skill level.
Any gender, any age. Let me try my bootsy thinking. Come on, man. This story is so weak, man. Esau's getting pathetic. His last great deception was, the whole September thing that happened in 2001, and that fell apart within 2 weeks. All right. They've been on a back foot, backpedaling and lying about that. And now all the evidence is overwhelming about that. And it made money, made movies, books, and taught all these lies. I told you, American history is fraudulent history. News, the daily news is history. And unfortunately, here in America, the news lies daily. It lies daily. And I wonder if all the, it makes me wonder when the books are written, all the counter stories proving that the mainstream narratives were lies. Is that gonna be written into the history too? Makes you wonder.
The no skill level, but yeah, if you want to fight, come here and see me, and I'll put you in a unit so you can go fight. But
so you heard that that was a interview that he did with Newsweek in Rome.
So they weak, man. This is and that's why everyone is turning against them. Obadiah 1:7. All the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee. That's why so many people are joining the BRICS. So many nations, all right, are already a part of them. Dozens are already a part of them. And then I think it's 59 have applied for membership or something to that effect. Many of those are American allies. All right, it says, and prevailed against thee, and they that eat thy bread, the bread of democracy, using that greenback, they're not using it anymore, have laid a wound under thee, and there is none understanding in him. Shall I not in that day, saith Yahweh, even destroy the wise men out of Edom and understanding out of Mount Esau? Esau puts out stories that just exposes him, makes him look weak, and makes him look very suspicious to his own people and everyone else in the world. They're truly these people. They just found to be untrustworthy and liars. They go back on their deals. They backstab their allies. They don't support their allies when the allies give up everything. Countries go broke. Economies get crushed trying to support the West's way of doing things. And then they just turn around and get really nothing in return. And now with the crash of the dollar, all these countries, now their countries are crashing because they're connected to the dollar and they're mad. Just like the scripture says, and the nations were mad at the whore. This is that whore that rides upon the beast system. The beast system is controlled out of America. All right. The beast system, which was ancient Rome, that red dragon, that beast, is right here. We're in it. We're in the heart of it. I'm in Chicago. I'm in the middle of it. Chicago is the heart of America. Everything that goes from east and west, as far as goods and services, is transported generally through this area via train or truck. All right. Let's get a couple more scriptures and wrap this up. This is Job 13:4. All right, but ye are forgers of lies, ye are all physicians of no value. All right. They just cannot be trusted. Hey, so with that, I'm going to give all praises, all honor and glory unto Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakah HaKodash, Kwam Yasharallah, and Abad